Hello, friends. Jaqui here, and this is a special Christmas story time. We are coming up to Christmas this week, in fact, in 6 more days. And so I have a story to tell you. This is not the traditional Christmas story from the Bible, but I think you'll recognize parts of it. So I have lit this special candle. And we'll start like we always do, taking some deep breaths. I am breathing in God's love. I am a beloved child of God. And I can share God's love with the world. And that's what this is about tonight. I'm going to read you a story that is called The Animal's Christmas. And I wrote this story just for you. And if you are coming to First Congregational Church on Saturday, which is Christmas Eve, then you will get to help act this out. But for those of you that can't be there, I'm going to read the story for you. And it's pretty short. I'm going to set the scene for you. It starts at a small farm. There won't be much backdrop, but it's definitely in the country. There are cats, dogs, chickens, each have their own little spot that they're in. And the narrator tells the story. So I will be telling you the story. There once was a donkey who lived in the country. Donkey was getting older and wiser. And one day he heard the farmer say, "That donkey is getting too old for work. I can't keep him on the farm anymore." Donkey said, "If the farmer is going to kick me off the farm, I'll run away. I'll go far away and join a band." So Donkey picks up an instrument and begins singing and walking. "Fa la 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 la," he sings. Just at that moment, a dog enters the stage and lays down in the path looking very old and sad. Along the way, Donkey met Dog. Donkey learned that Dog was sad because she didn't like to hunt and her human wanted a hunting dog. So Donkey asked whether she wanted to join him on his journey to join a band far away. Dog nods her head and picks up an instrument, and they both start traveling down the road singing, "La la 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 la." After a while, they met Cat. Donkey and Dog asked Cat why she was alone. Cat tells them that her human wanted a mouse catcher, and she does not like to eat mice. "What should I do?" asked Cat. Donkey hands Cat an instrument, and Dog says, "Come with us on our journey to join a band far away." Cat excitedly follows them as they all sing, "La la 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 la." And at just that moment, a chicken comes and perches somewhere. After a while, they met Chicken sitting on a fence, clucking sadly. "Whoop, whoop, 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 whoop." Cat asked Chicken why he looked so sad, and Chicken told her that she could not lay eggs. He could not lay eggs anymore. And that meant, excuse me, let me start that part over. After a while, they met Chicken sitting on a fence, clucking sadly. Cat asked Chicken why she looked so sad, and Chicken told her that she could not lay eggs anymore, and that meant her whole life was over. "What should I do?" asked Chicken. "Join us on our journey to find a band," shouted Donkey, Cat, dog together, and they handed Chicken an instrument. Everyone sings and plays as they travel down the road. La 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 la. Soon the animals grew tired and hungry, so hungry. Donkey stopped singing and stood still. Cat curled up for a nap. Cat curls up next to an audience member in this when we're acting it out. Dog sniffed around for food. Chicken looks for a roosting place. We need to find a place to rest and eat some good food if we're going to continue our journey, they said together. Soon, Dog came back to Donkey and told him, Donkey, up ahead is a barn. It looks warm, and more importantly, there is food. So all the animals gathered and started their journey again, this time not singing, but drooling as they imagined the feast ahead. They come to the barn and look in the windows. They see crows picking at the food on the table and arguing over who will take the leftovers. The animals were disappointed that crows were enjoying their much-needed feast, and Dog wondered aloud, but how will we ever get the food with crows already eating it? Cat mused. Well, how will we ever get a peaceful nap with noisy crows arguing over the food? The chickens knew they were no match for crows when it came to food. Donkey had an idea. Everyone gathers around Donkey and they whisper, 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 whisper the plan. The animals enter the barn and greet the crows. Donkey said, We are but weary travelers, friends, on a journey to form a band far away. Cat said, Donkey, why don't you tell them about the treasure we found back there on the road? And Dog quickly shushed the cat as if trying to stop her from telling a secret. The crows quickly stopped picking at the food and gathered around Cat. They asked, Treasure? Tell us about the treasure. Where? Cat points down the road, telling the crows with gestures where the treasure is. Crows fly away, immediately leaving the food behind. The animals smile at one another, pleased that Donkey's idea was successful. All of the animals feasted and napped. Now, somewhere on the road, the crows flew and flew and flew even more without finding any treasure. And when we act this out, the crows will be going around the audience. They began to noisily argue about which direction to try next. They decided to take one more look around before going back to the barn, where at least there was food and a safe place to rest. Crows asked anyone they saw on the road whether they had any treasure or knew where treasure could be found. So during this time, crows will move through the audience collecting treasure. And right at this time, Joseph and Mary walk the path to the stage area. And at just this time, two humans wearily made their way on the road toward the barn where the animals, full from the delicious food, were resting. When the humans approached the barn, one said to the other, Joseph, we have to stop here. Our baby will arrive very soon, and we've tried every place along the way. They are all full. So the two humans walked into the barn. Inside the barn, chickens woke first and began clucking out a warning. Dog and Donkey opened their eyes. Cat was the last to awake and began licking her paws calmly. Joseph explained to the animals that Mary would soon have a baby and that they needed a safe place to rest, since all the other places were full. The animals conferenced together, whispering, 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 before Donkey spoke for them all. Please rest here with us. It is warm here, and there is a place to cradle your baby. There is food to share. The animals sang a quiet song while Mary and Joseph ate and rested in the cozy corner of the barn. In time, baby Jesus arrived. Mary was so tired. Joseph was wide awake and said, He's here. He's here. Baby Jesus is here. All of the animals began a happy song to celebrate the birth. As they sang happily, the crows circled back to the barn with the treasure they had collected. Donkey told them not to bother the new family. Mary told crows that her son would be a king. After a hurried conversation between the crows placed all the treasure they had collected at the cradle of baby Jesus. And everyone sang Joy to the World. Join us in singing this song, won't you? Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I hope that you feel God's love around you and that you are able to share God's love with the world. Family, friends, and together we will share God's love with the world. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being who you are. And on the count of 3, you can help me blow this candle out. 1, 2, 3. And the candle continues to share God's love with the world. It's still here. The light is still here. Thank you, friends. Merry Christmas.